Fantastic. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Welcome back to the second episode of day one of the Repossess Virtual Conference. As you already know, I am your host, Bashirat Abdul Wahab, and I am so excited because we had a power packed session this morning. Today's session was packed food with so much wisdom, so much learnings. And just before we bring on our next speaker, I will be sharing some of the nuggets, from day one, from the one morning session, right? So today, I started with my own session on the art of living your best life, and I remember sharing a lot about getting clear on why you're here, who are you, and why are you here. What are your desires, what makes you happy, hack your thoughts, hack your emotions, hack your body, hack your actions, take charge of your life, ensure that you nurture quality, healthy relationships, among a host of other things. Then afterwards, we had Farida, who came over to actually share with us very important lessons on how we can resuscitate and rebuild our businesses, especially in this pandemic. And she shared a lot, but summarily, I'm just going to summarize what she said, because it was a whole lot. There were summarily 7 points, but where they were all packed full of so much. So if you're joining us, we are you joining us for the first time? Did you join the morning session? If you joined the morning session, we'd love to know how was the morning session for you. What did you take away? What lesson did you take away from the morning session? We'd love to know. Also, we'd love to know where you're joining from. I'm your host, and I'm here streaming live all the way from Nigeria. So we'd love to know where you're streaming from. Thank you so much for joining us. And if there are people that you really do care about, would appreciate that you share this live video with them. Now, back to the recap of the morning session. So, Farida's session was about rebuilding and resuscitating our businesses, whatever that we do, our enterprises or initiatives in the pandemic. And she shared lessons about how our own business went through a lot of challenges at the onset of COVID-19 and how they had to find ways to go through that challenge from, having a lot of people's money, investors' cash tied down, to not being able to pay salaries, to having to find ways to start to ensure that they're able to earn some money for the business, to denying herself salary as the CEO and ensuring that our team members or our staff got paid even if they did not get paid their full salary. She talked about, it's very important for us to regroup when we find ourselves in that kind of situation, regroup as a team, and then come together and see what you can do to go through the challenging time. She says support is key. How do you ensure that you're supporting your customers? How do you ensure that your customers feel comfort, they feel safe, and that they can trust your brand even during the pandemic? She said cash flow is key. It's important that your business has money so that you are able to pay staff, so you don't spend all of your money trying to buy goods or purchases and then have money tied down, and then you don't get to pay your staff at the end of the day, or do other important things with money. She also shared that it's important to communicate with your team, communicate with your investors, communicate with your customers, and that it's important again that we reassign our resources, right? Reassign our resources. She said it's also important that we plan a continuity and also be visible. Again, we are in a time now where you cannot afford to just be behind the scene. Your business cannot afford to just be behind the scene. You have to be willing to show up. You have to be top of the mind. In her words, she said, you have to be top of the mind if you intend to stay in business, right? So, guys, that was it. That was it from Farida. And then we had this amazing session, really emotional session from Joseph Success Pope, all the way from Libya. He shared with us the amazing ills going on around the shores in the Atlantic Ocean and all of that in the desert, in the Atlantic Ocean. So many of our young people seeking greener pastures, and then they get devoured as a result of that. Some of them get trafficked and they become slaves and sex slaves, most of our young girls, and the men have to go through a lot of dehumanizing experiences. He shares some of these things, and of course shared ways by which we can start to contribute our own quota by sharing the information we know with more young people about us. He said Europe is not just all about bread and peanut butter. Like, it's not always greener on the other side. Like, young people don't have to leave everything they have to and go through so much agony just because they want to find greener pastures. They need to do it right. They don't have to go through the desert and through the ocean, and then some of them end up drowning. We all saw the news the other time how some people drown as a result of this, and they were trying to cross the Atlantic Ocean. They were going, where were they going? Europe. What were they going to do? They want to japa. So hi that. So guys, that's like the recap. Thank you so much for joining. Let's know where you're joining us from in the comments. I am your host and joining from Nigeria. And in a moment, we're going to be having Patricia Uda join us at exactly 4:20 p.m. She's going to be joining us. And before then, I'd love to introduce Patricia. Patricia Uda is a life and personal development coach and a banker with 14 years experience in the banking sector. She studied mathematics and computer science from the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, and has evolved over the years as an emotional intelligence and anger management specialist. She is the founder of Impact to Influence Limited and the convener of Ladies Connect. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome Mrs. Patricia Uda.
Yay!
Hi,
Hello,
Patricia.
everyone. Hi, Coach Bashira. Good to see you. Good
Good
evening.
to see you. Good evening, Patricia. How are you today? You're
I'm
glowing.
good.
You're looking so, I like how I'm seeing you.
Thank
Yes, yes.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome,
Thank you.
awesome, awesome. So, Patricia, we're just going to have an interlude and then would have you just come to your thing,
Thank you.
and just, we are here. Just treat us, take us away with all the value you got to spill. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Hi, Patricia. So it's your time. So take it away, Patricia. I'm just gonna be behind the scene and let you do your thing.
Okay, hello everybody. I'm glad to be here. Hope you can hear me. Hope you're doing well. Um, the the morning session was an awesome session. I would like to especially thank all the speakers. It was an amazing time. And we're here now to have some fun. I always like to add humor. This life is not as deep as we think it is, right? Yeah, so Repossess, Coach Bash, I must thank you for the opportunity to be here to talk to our guests on the team tag blooming in a pandemic. Thank you for this opportunity, and I would like to say thank you to your amazing team. You're doing a great job. So we'll go right in. I have 20 minutes, they're about to talk, and then 10 minutes for questions and answers. And I'm sure it's going to be an amazing, amazing time. Let's have fun, let's relax and learn and enjoy, right? Okay, so my topic for today is flourishing in adversity. Coach Bash has already introduced me, so I don't think there's any need for that. But my name is Patricia Uda. We're going to be talking about flourishing in adversity. When we talk about flourishing, what comes to mind? What's the first thing that comes to our mind? I'd like it to be engaging so we can send in chats. What when you hear flourishing, what comes to your mind? Sorry, I was supposed to project on the screen a picture of a flower, but for some technical issues, I was able to do that. But when they call the word flourishing, what comes to your mind? Let me also ask, put on your imagination. So if they put a flourishing flower or a bright flower and a flower that is probably almost dead or something, which one are you probably going to choose? I'm sure I can guess. Everybody's going to choose the flourishing flower, right? And so it's important for us to know that people might not know the story behind that flourishing flower. They might not know that you have to water the flower for it to be beautiful and for it to flourish. You might need to put fertilizer, you might need to nourish it. People don't know the storms that that flower has gone through to come out flourishing that way. So for you to flourish, there are certain things that you need to do. Now, what is flourishing? I told us to send in the chat so we'll have your thoughts on what flourishing is. So from what I have here, when you talk about flourishing, to grow or to develop successfully, that's from the Cambridge Dictionary. That's the definition of flourishing. So what do you understand by flourishing? And how is it possible for someone to say you can flourish in adversity? When they say adversity, what comes to your mind? For me, it's trouble, oh, like trouble everywhere, problem, right? So what comes to your mind? Like, how can somebody come and say blooming in a pandemic? Is that possible? Your mind begins to go, wow. How can you say I can flourish in adversity? How can I be the best version of me, even in the midst of adversity? Yeah. So for me, I would like to start with my life journey. How did I come here? Like Coach Bash said, at the last conference, I was a participant and now I'm a speaker. It's a matter of your decision and your choice, who and what you want to become. It doesn't matter what you've gone through, the adversities you've gone through, the struggles you've gone through, but it's important what you become as a result of that adversity you've gone through. What are you becoming? What are the things you're learning from that adversity? That's the most important thing. And so there was a season in my life last year that was quite challenging. um, I might not be able to give the details now, but it was actually, when they say pandemic in pandemic, that was what it was like, yeah. So it was a challenging period, and I sat down and I told myself, I mean, I accept that this is what it is now. Where do I go from here? Who do I become as a result of this challenge? Do I allow it break me? Or do I become a better version of myself? Do I learn the lessons I need to learn and move on? And so I sat down and I was thinking, what else should I do with myself? I knew I had a lot inside of me. And somehow that adversity brought it out. I was looking for my purpose. What am I here for? What is that gift that is inside of me that I can showcase to the world? So it's important what you focus on when you're going through that adversity, when you're going through that challenge. What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the challenge, or are you focusing on the lessons you're going to learn from that challenge? Because there's a reason why you're going through that challenge. And so it's also important that you have the right support system, because I had the right support. I had people that, I could cry on their shoulders, people I could talk to about deep things. And so I started this journey on finding my life purpose. And I went to SOPCA and we had a discussion, and I had an idea of, what I wanted to do. And bam, I started getting certified, going to school, going back to school, taking trainings that will help me, achieve that life purpose. One essential thing we need to know in adversity is that it helps you to find who you really are. You dig deep inside of yourself, to find out what you can bring out from inside of you. Because most times what people look at is outside, but what you really need to stand out, to be who you really want to be, is right inside of you. So it's very important we begin to look inside of us to really find out what we have on the inside. Because the truth is that the world is waiting for you and I to manifest that gift and that potential that is on the inside of us. And so I started going for trainings to be a life coach, trainings to be a counselor, to be emotionally intelligent. And one of the courses that really, brought about the transformation for me was mental health, when he spoke about ACEs, how the life we live as parents, how our upbringing is very important, how the things that we carry from childhood really affect us. And that shifted my perception of everything. So, what are you using that adversity for? And here I am talking to you. I want to encourage you and tell you that if I can do it, sure, you can do it. Don't look at that situation. Focus your mind on what you're becoming as a result of that situation. Let me also define the Latin meaning of problem. It's made up of two words: prob, which is to throw, and alien, which is forward. So that adversity, that problem you're going through, is meant to throw you forward. It's not meant to keep you or make you bitter or make you a victim. It's meant to throw you forward. What are the lessons you've learned? Use it as a stepping stone to where you're going to. How can you flourish when you're going through adversity? One of the things that will help you flourish is your perception. Most times we always see what? The glass half empty. Are you the type that sees the glass half empty, or you see the glass half full? What's your perception of that adversity that you're going through? What are you seeing out of it? Are you seeing it that is making you better? It's making you stronger. They say what does not break you does what? It makes you stronger. Is that adversity making you stronger? Is that adversity making you have a different perception to life? Because sometimes it's easy for us to just sit down and judge people and say, how can she ever do this? How can he ever do this? Right? We can't imagine people doing stuff. You really cannot see it because you're not in their shoes. When you change your perception, it helps you not to judge people, right? We need to begin to look at the glass half full, no matter the situations we find ourselves. There's a reason that you're going through what you're going through. What are you seeing in the midst of that adversity? Who do you want to become in the midst of that adversity? I want somebody to ask, who here in this house has not gone through an adversity? Please, I want to see your hands up because I really want to meet you personally. Everyone has been through one challenge or one situation or the other. It might be a loss of a family member, loss of a job, loss of a friend. It might be anything. What is your perception in that thing that you're going through, in that adversity that you're going through? The number two thing I want to talk about is to learn the lessons. There are lessons to be learned. There are lessons to be learned in every adversity we go through. What are the lessons you're learning? Because those lessons are the things that and the tools that are going to help you to become a better person wherever you find yourself. Because those mistakes you made, the possibility that you will make them again will be difficult or almost impossible if you learn the lessons you're supposed to learn from that adversity. What are you taking? Are you bitter and telling yourself, no, this thing cannot work out again? I'm finished. I'm done for. Or are you taking the lessons and say, oh, okay, I accept what has happened. This is what it is now. What are the things that I need to learn from what has happened to me? Who will my story make a difference in his or her life? Because the truth is, people are waiting for you to, encourage them and tell them, how were you able to do it? Because people are going through a lot. They want to hear your story. They want to know how you overcame whatever that you've been through, the adversity you've been through. They want to have that encouragement that, you know what, if Patricia has been through it, I can be through it. I can go through it and come out better, bigger, and more amazing, and not a bitter person, right? So it's very important we begin to take notes and accept where we are, where in every area we find ourselves, in every situation, and begin to take the lessons that we've learned from that situation to become a better person. The third thing I want to talk about is, what are you becoming as a result of that adversity? What and who really are you becoming as a result of that adversity? Are you using that adversity in your favor, or are you sitting down and calling for a pity party and saying, please, oh, I'm in this trouble. Can you all just come and cry with me? Please, who does that? Right? Who are you becoming? It's okay to cry. It's okay to have a shoulder to cry on. But after you've cried, you need to get up. You need to keep moving forward. Never give up, because there's always a brighter side at the end of the tunnel. Encourage yourself. Tell yourself that you can do this. You are more than this. You are more than a conqueror. You've overcome more difficult situations. There is nothing you cannot overcome. The strength you need to move on, as much as you need the external encouragement, I tell you that is deep within you. Sometimes you feel discouraged. Sometimes you want to throw in the towel. Sometimes you want to say, oh God, I just cannot continue. But you know what? After that, what next? It is what it is. Where do I go from here? Who are you becoming as a result of that adversity? I tell you, I'm sure if I didn't go through that adversity, I'm still going through it. But I know that I'm coming out on the better side, that I'm becoming a better person. I'm beginning to understand who I am and the impact that I can make in the lives of other people using my story, right? So, who are you becoming? Are you becoming a bitter person, or are you becoming a better person? It's actually a matter of choice and a matter of your decision, who and what you become in the midst of that adversity. Sometimes you say, oh, let this adversity just pass. Bishop T.D. Jakes says something. Enjoy the journey. Don't just be in a hurry to get to the destination. Enjoy the journey. Accept that this is where you are and who you are becoming as a result of this. There are some decisions you might need to take for you to move forward. There are some friends you might need to cut down because you know you have a goal that you're going to. Who are you becoming in the midst of that adversity? Don't let that adversity break you. In the midst of that adversity, find out what is your purpose. Because at the end of it all, at the end of your life's journey, what you're going to be asked is, did you fulfill that purpose? That gift that was inside of you, did you give it to the world to see? because that gift or that fruit that is inside of you is not just for you. Have you seen a tree that eats its own fruits? No, it's people outside that eat the fruit. So whatever fruit or whatever gift that is inside of you, it's for the world to take from it and learn the lessons and flourish. That gift or that story is to impact lives. You really don't know who you're encouraging with that story. You really don't know who you're changing, the lives you're changing as a result of that story. It's important that as we go through that adversity, that challenge, that problem, you might want to call it the pandemic, it's important that you know that there are people waiting for you to come out on the other side and tell them, you know what, if you can do it, I can do it. I also have a picture that I wanted to project, but I couldn't do that. It's a picture of um, two men that had an alcoholic father, and one turned out to be an alcoholic too. And the other was now, all touched up with his suit, tie, fine guy, touched up, prim and proper. And he asked both of them, why are you like this? And both of them said their father was an alcoholic. So it's a matter of choice and decision who you become, even given the circumstance you find yourself. One made a choice and a decision to be like his father, an alcoholic. But the other one decided that, you know what, I'm going to make a difference. It doesn't matter what I've been through, it doesn't matter the pandemic. Trust me, a lot of people made more money in this pandemic than any other time, right? So why sitting down and having a pity party when you can flourish, when you can bloom, even in the midst of the pandemic? You can flourish. If I can sit here and talk to you about my journey, about my story, and encourage you, trust me, you can. Don't put yourself down because of your adversity. In the story that I was saying, one made a decision to say, you know what? I can't be like my dad. I can't end up like my dad. I want to become someone that will impact lives. I want to be a business mogul. I want to make an impact. I want to change lives. I want to tell people that no matter where you come from, it doesn't matter. What matters is your choice and your decision to make a difference. And there's a quote by T.D. Jakes that I want to play before we go. He says, "It is not in the movement of the clock that produces the newness of life. It is the movement in your mind." Everybody is going through a change. You don't have to be ashamed of yours. We are all in a process of transforming to a higher and a better expression of ourselves. It is not the movement of time, the clock. It is not time that makes you a better version. It's the movement in your mind. There has to be a mind shift that in the midst of this pandemic, I can become a better person. There has to be a mind shift, a movement in your mindset that no matter where I am now, I can move to where I want to be. As long as I stay committed to that decision, as long as you make that choice, that you know what, it doesn't matter. Because out of a mess can come a message. What are you using your mess for? Are you using it to transform lives, to bring message that will bring hope to people? What decisions are you making as a result of your adversity? What choices are you making as a result of your adversity? Don't let that passion die. You have a gift. You have a purpose. Your journey, your story is for a purpose. What are you using that story for? What are you transforming into as a result of that adversity? The world is waiting for you to flourish. The world is waiting for you to bring out that gift that is on the inside of you. What you're looking for to flourish, it's not on the outside of you, it's right inside of you. It's a choice, it's a decision. We all have that freedom of choice. What choice are you making? What decisions are you making? Who are you becoming as a result of that adversity, of that thing you're going through? Because you know what? If it doesn't break you, it's going to make you stronger and better. I hope to hear you flourish in every area, in your finance, in your relationships, in your job. Trust me when I say you have everything, everything you need to flourish inside of you. You just need to be in the right environment, have the right mindset, make the right choices and decisions, and stick to the right decisions and take action. Move forward. When you fall, you stand up. You move forward. When you fall, you rise up. You move forward. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. What's important is that you get up after you fall and you be a better version of yourself. Thank you so much. I don't know if we have questions, if we have questions, so I can answer for the next 10 minutes. Let's drop in the chat what we've learned, our take home, what resonates with you. We want to know. Coach Bash, do we have questions? Coach Bashi, do we have questions? Or you want me to continue? I told you it was supposed to be fun. Or in fact, there was supposed to be music, and we'll dance, and have some fun. But so yes. Okay, Coach Bashi, you're asking where can people go when they feel stuck in adversity? The truth is that with this, evolution of internet, social media, we have counselors, we have coaches that can help you, hold your hands and tell their stories, share their stories, and ask you questions that will help you, to go through what you're going through. Sometimes we feel that what we are going through, we're alone in it. We feel that I'm the only one that's going through it. The whole world, people will judge me. But trust me, when I was going through mine, that was when I went to soccer and all that. The people, in fact, the people were awesome people. People were telling their stories, and I was like, wow, I was thinking that I'm alone. Come and hear, come and see. So it gave me that sense of belonging, the fact that you have people going through it and they are stronger and better. You tell yourself that you can go through it. The support system you have around is very important. Make sure that you choose people that you bring into your inner circle. It's not everybody big. Me, I used to be like that too. I'll say, let this person not feel bad that please politely. It's not a. It's you have to be intentional about the people you bring into your inner space, because truly the world is challenging enough. Why do you want to bring more negativity into your space, right? So we have professional. Please make sure you get professional help. You also surround yourself with the right people, the right support, because the truth is you need a lot of support around you. And then you get help from therapists, from counselors, from coaches. They are trained to help you, go through it and come out a better person, just like as I am now. Yeah. So how do you cope with negative people around you? My dear, it's a choice. Once you know that this person is bringing negative vibes, it's not by force. Friendship is not by force. That's my personal view. I mean, you politely get yourself out of those relationships, because the truth is there's so much negativity already. I mean, everywhere you go through challenge, so you don't need more of that in your space, right? I also believe that you try to have those conversations first, and and know why the person is being negative. Why is it the person's nature, or is it as a result of what he or she is going through? And all. If the person is naturally a negative person, really, there's no point burning your energy. But if the person is actually your true friend and it's something you can help to have those conversations to help the person to become better, why not? But truly, it's very important that um, you be intentional about the people you bring into your inner space. Very important. Okay, hope I'm answering the questions. Can you share one adversity that's impacted you positively and made you to change? Hmm. You want me to talk the cocoa of the matter, abi? Okay, so majorly, what has really brought about the transformation for me, aside every other thing, like majorly, is what I went through in my marriage. Um, like I said, during the pandemic, it was a challenging time, truly. Nobody goes into a relationship like that and hopes that it will be very turbulent, or there'll be things that you do not foresee. So for me that was the adversity. It was like, sometimes you are just filled with guilt. How can I make such decision? How are you that people look up to you? People say you are the golden child, you are the this one. How can you make such mistake of, how can you do that? So for me, that was the adversity, and it has really shaped me to understand that really you need to be whole in yourself. Sometimes we look for support, or we look for love from the external. But the truth is, if you don't love yourself, how do you expect people to love you? So you need to come to that place where you tell yourself, you know what? It doesn't matter what this person thinks or what this person says about me. What's important is, how do I see myself? Am I whole in myself? Have I healed from, you know, the life journey, the upbringing, or how I see myself? Because sometimes what people say just echoes what we feel or we see in ourselves. So you need to know that you are adequate in yourself, you're complete in yourself. Any other external thing that comes in, well, it's a plus. But you need to know that you are who you are, and you are unique the way you are, and you're special the way you are, and begin to enjoy your company. So for me, that has actually um, impacted on me positively. When you go through that adversity, it's not funny, because the pain, you'll be like, no. But the truth is, when you look at it critically, yeah, you're becoming a better person. And the truth is, you don't know the challenges you're going to face in the future, and what you've learned, how it's going to help you to overcome those challenges in the future. It's just like grapes. When you crush grapes to bring out this sweet wine that we like to take, red wine, white wine. But when you see the process of the crushing, how the juice is being brought out, how it's pressed, you will know that it's not an easy process. But when the wine comes out, what happens? It's sweet, and we want to take it. So there's a process of refining, of you becoming a better person. That juice that is coming out from that grape, by the time it comes out, or if you're drinking wine or red wine, do you try to remember how they were crushing the grape? Whatever happened in the back scene. It's the wine that you are flexing and enjoying yourself. So you see, it's important who you become as a result of your adversity. So any more questions, Coach Bashi? Do I have more questions? Have I answered your questions? If I have not, please let me
Nice
know.
for now.
Let me
Amazing,
know.
amazing presentation. Thank you so much, Patricia, for that powerful presentation. We are glad, we feel honored to have you in our midst. We feel special to have to learn from your own experiences. Thank you so much, dear Patricia. God bless you real big. And I cannot wait to see all the amazing ways by which you would personally flourish this year, because I see it already, and we would flourish together, inshallah. Thank you so much, Patricia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you
Thank
guys.
you.
Show
Bye. Have
Patricia
fun,
some
everybody.
love. Show
Thank you.
Patricia some love. of
Let me go out with a dance, with a
yeah,
dance, with a
yeah.
dance. This life is not that deep, oh.
It's not too serious. Thank you. Okay. Awesome. So, guys, how is it going so far? What's going on? What did you pick from Patricia's session? Show Patricia some love. Tell us what you're taking away. Tell us what you're going to do better. How do you intend to go through this adversity, whatever that you're going through? Like everyone's going through their own thing. And that's why it's just so important that be kind. Be kind with your words, be kind with your actions, be kind with the way that you relate with people because you just don't know what people are going through. So if you can help people, at least do not hurt them, right? For me, like that's my own principle, and it has really helped. But remember, who are you becoming in that in that adversity? How are you ensuring that you come out as that juicy, yummy wine after you have gone through the crushing process? What happens to you when you go through the furnace and finally you used to be cold and you have become transformed into a beautiful, fine diamond? What happens to you? These are all choices that you have the power to make. You do not have the power to to influence what life's going to throw at you, the trials that are going to come at you, the way that people are going to betray you, or the things that perhaps that happen. Those are all outside of your control. But what you have power over is that you have power over how you choose to go through it, how you choose to grow as a result of it. And these are all things that are within your own circle of control. Awesome. Awesome. I loved every bit of this session. Right now, we have our next speaker coming in a bit. Muinat Raji Buluwashefe. She's right behind the scene and she's coming in a bit. But until then, a little trailer. Fantastic. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. This is day one, session two of the Repossess Virtual Conference. And we have our third speaker coming on board in person of Boduwashefe Raji Muinat. And today she'll be sharing with us how you can be a person of influence by using your own personal brand. Hi, Muina. Are you there?
Yes,
Also,
I'm
we
here.
have Mina in the house. Hello, Mina.
Ah, I'm fine. Hi. Hi, Coach Bashi.
Okay, awesome. Guys, you need to let us know if you can hear Muina loud and clear. Let
Yes,
us
I will need
know.
to know
Can you
that
hear
too.
us loud and clear? And if you're just joining, let us know where you're joining us from. We'd love to know where you're joining us from. Okay, Boluwashefe is a personal branding expert,
Yes,
result
yes.
coach, and knowledge monetization specialist who specializes in personal branding and digital products creation for professionals, business owners, and organizations. She uses her brand to savvy and passionate professionals and small business owners how to profitably, become a person of global influence and create digital products that can generate income so that they can create wealth, impact, and influence by leveraging on social media using the knowledge that they already have. She's the lead coach at Noble Branding Academy, an academy that teaches individuals to be visible, heard, and make money on social media while they do what they love doing the most. She runs one-on-one coaching and group coaching programs with premium individuals and organizations with the aim of helping them increase their visibility, sales, and profits. She has trained about 500 professionals and small business owners on how they can be visible, heard, and make money online. She loves to volunteer, to serve in organizations, events, and also to speak. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome
Thank
Boluwasefe
you.
Raji Muina.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Good to
How are you
see
today,
you.
sis?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you. I'm
Okay, fine. So
fine.
I'm just going to go behind scene and I'll let you take it away.
All right. Hi, everyone. Once again, I'm Boluwasi Ferradi Moinas, and the personal branding expert and the results coach. So I'm so glad to be here. And I would like to say thank you to the team, to all the Repossess speakers, and especially to Coach Bashi. She has done a fantastic job, and in fact, I'm super excited to be here today. So, like she said, I'm a personal branding expert and a result coach. I don't like to waste our time and say too much thing. Now, let me just move into the main topic. For me, what I like is, I love teaching people how to make money. And the issue is that everybody wants money. Or don't let me say everybody, maybe some people don't support. For me, I want. I want money, like I need money. And apart from the monetary part of it, when you impact people, you pass knowledge, there is this kind of fulfillment that you feel. So when I see people making impact, making money, living the kind of life they want to live. There's this kind of, I feel fulfilled, like I feel like I'm successful already. So that is for me. And one thing about personal branding is that we are now in the world whereby people want to know you before they can do business with you. And the truth is that gone are the days whereby if you want to buy clothes and if you have not been to Lagos, you cannot get the clothes. If you want to buy maybe a particular shoe that if you cannot travel abroad, you cannot buy. That no, gone are those times. But now on your phone there, you order for something, you book, they bring it to your doorstep, all these things. You cannot see that the world is going global. So that is why it is more important for every individual to start building their brand. So just like the topic, building, becoming an authority in your niche using your personal brand. Once you build your personal brand, you are going to become an authority. But it has process. It has process. So I would like to share my screen.
And okay, guys, okay, everyone. So we have a bit of a little challenge, and Boluwatife is really struggling with our network. But all the same, we have our next speaker ready to take over. Our next speaker, Adenike Olakunde, is a London or UK based nurse. She is a life and clarity coach. Um She's very passionate about guiding young adults and people generally to gain clarity of purpose, make impact, and make a living out of it. She's a very, very purpose driven and intentional young woman whom I've known, for some years now. And I am excited to have Adenike come here to share with us today. She'll be talking to us about how to clarify our life and purpose. Hi, Adenike. Adenike, are you ready? Ready for me? Okay, so we have Adenike. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome Adenike. Fantastic. Hi, Adenike. Hello, sis.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm all right. Good evening.
Look at that bright face. How are you doing? How's the UK today? How are you generally?
UK is fine. I'm good. It's just I'm struggling with COVID symptoms.
So sorry about that, sis. Yes, I'm aware. Senior. So Adenike is here regardless that she's struggling with, COVID symptoms. Thank you so much. This is, very selfless and kind of you to be here regardless. She is a very, 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 very committed person. And we all do not take these for granted. I didn't hear. I'll just let you do your own thing, and I'll just be behind the scenes. So take it away.
Right. Okay. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Um, my name is Adenike, as I have said earlier, and as Coach Bash has said earlier. Um, I'm really sorry. I don't know how my voice is sounding to you, but I just hope that you can hear me and you can get me regardless of how squeaky my voice is sounding. So if you can hear me, can you just go ahead in the comment section and drop some messages and say, oh, you can hear me, just to encourage me. Obviously, I'm struggling to accept that this is how I'm sounding for now, so just let me know if you can hear me. Let me know, please. I want to see everything in the comment section. Okay. So wow, I wanted to share my screen, but obviously this is not allowing me. Okay. Right, if that is not possible, I'll go ahead and start. So today, my name is Adenike. I'm a registered nurse. I'm a life coach. I like to help young people, especially the millennials and the Generation Z, to gain clarity and clarity of purpose and vision and even their goals, so that they can maintain focus and they can live a fulfilling life. Because I believe that if you have a sense of purpose, it makes life easier for you to live. And that is what I'm going to be doing today. Purpose is one of the things, because I'm clear about what I'm going to do. That is one of the reasons why I am here today, despite the fact that I am not feeling so excellent. So thank you so much for being here. I would like to really ask you, if we've got anybody here who can define what vision is for us, or who can define what purpose is. Who can define purpose? Can you define what purpose is? I'm going to be reading the comment, please. I like it when we are engaging. Can you just, share with us? What do you think purpose is? What do you think purpose is? What do you think vision? Thank you. Purpose is the reason for being. Okay, what about vision? What does vision mean? What does vision mean? What does vision mean? So, what does vision mean? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Coach Bash, can you see my screen? Okay, great. So I've talked about that. All right. I've talked that I'm a right. Go ahead. So Coach Bash said the reason for being. So from my definition as well, I wrote that the reason for which something is done or created, or the reason why something exists. If ordinary phone have a reason for existing, if our phone has a reason for existing, what do you think God has in mind when He created us? I believe I don't know if we've got atheists who believe that we evolution we evolved from monkeys or apes. So, but me, I know that me I was created by God, and I know that there is a reason why God created me. So purpose is that reason, the intention why something was created. And I believe that every humans, we have reasons, we have God has an intention for us when He created us. So that is our purpose. And so vision in another sense is also the bigger picture. The bigger picture, that is like you sit down, you envision your life, and you think about 40 years time, or even at the end of my life when I'm 90 or I'm 100, and I'm looking back at my life. These are the things that would have happened in my life. These are the impacts I would have made. This is how God will be smiling at me. This is how, the things that I want to accomplish, the things that I am aiming for. That is what vision is, right? And by having a vision, that is what will allow you to be able to evaluate your accomplishment. Because if there is no goalpost, there is no goal. Imagine that the footballers are on the field, and there's no goalpost, and everybody is just running kitty kitty, running kata kata, running, like going up and down. There is nothing that they are aiming for, so everybody's just passing the ball around. You are not able to measure what it is that you are getting done. You are not able to measure the goals that you have accomplished. So if you have a vision, it will help you, it will serve as a goalpost, so you know what you've achieved, you know what is left to be done, you know that you are living a meaningful life. So if you get me to this point, can you just let me know in the chat? It's really hard when it's not on Zoom, where people can drop chat and you can see people's faces. I'm not able to see your faces. So yeah, so thank you so much. um thank you, Coach Bashi. Thank you for that. So yeah, clarity according to dictionary is clearness or lucidity as to perception or understanding, freedom from indistinctness or ambiguity, the state or quality of being clear or transparent to the eye. So when we say that we have clarity of purpose or vision, what we are basically saying is that there is no ambiguity. I am certain that this is what God wants me to do, or I am certain that this is the vision I have for my life. This is what I want to achieve in my life. This is what I want to do with my life. There is no corner. You are so sure of it. You are certain, that it will only take, if God say, okay, this is not what I want you to do now, because obviously God is God above all the purpose, all the plans and the goals that we set for for our lives. It is God that allow those things to come to pass. So if God wants you to have a detour, at least at that point, you know that you have planned, but God's purpose has come, and you are just getting to that detour because it is God, right? So that is what clarity is. Clarity is a certainty and no ambiguity. It is clear to you, you know what it is. Napoleon Hill says that there is one quality which one must possess to win, and that is definiteness of purpose, the knowledge of what one wants, and a burning desire to possess it. So if you want to win in life, you want to win, in everything that you are doing, you need to be certain that, wow, this is what I want to do. Just imagine that you want to travel on a vacation. You want to go to, I'm in the UK, I want to travel abroad. I'm saying by summer 2022 I'm going to go on holiday. But then if I'm going to go on holiday by summer, let's say by June, July, I want to go on summer holiday. And I'm not saying I'm going on summer holiday. I'm going on summer holiday. Where exactly is summer holiday? Where exactly in abroad? Nigeria is abroad to UK. Ghana is abroad to UK. Go what all these other countries, Mexico, Paris, every other country is abroad to the UK, right? But if I keep on saying I will go abroad, I will go abroad, it is not clear. It is there is no like, it's ambiguous. I'm not able to plan for it. I'm not able to plan for it. I'm not able to know what the cost will be. I'm not able to say these are the attraction site I'm going to be going. I'm not able to say that, oh, this is how I'm going to get there. Do I need a visa, or do I need to just go or board a ticket, or take a ticket, or what? I don't know what it is. As long as I don't know where I'm going, I don't know how to get there. That is what clarity of purpose is. Clarity of purpose is what gives your clarity of purpose is what gives your is the destination. You know the destination, and is what gives you the direction to go about it, right? So that is the definition of clarity of purpose. Oh, I'm jumping ahead of myself, right? The ability to have a definite, clear meaning or vision in life. You know for sure what you are created for, what you want out of life, and you have a reason for what you want to do. Being certain about your life purpose and vision. So why is it important? Why is it important? Everybody is talking about clarity of purpose, clarity of vision, all the things. Why is it really important? Why is it important? From what we have said, you can agree with me that without right, it eliminates. Okay, yes, sorry. The first one for me is that it gives you a clear sense of destination. You know where you are going. You know what success means to you. You know that, okay, if I do this, if I do that, this is what I'm trying to achieve, so I'm going to get there. So there's no nobody can bamboozle you. So you know where exactly you are going. That is what clarity of purpose is. You know what you want to do with your life. You know what you shouldn't do as well. And the second thing is that it eliminates distraction. In fact, I'm going to dwell more on this because, see, in this life, people are going to say that, oh, I've bought a new house. Oh, I now have 10,000 million subscribers on YouTube. Oh, I now have 200 million Instagram followers. But to me, my that is not my that is not what purpose is to me. That is not what my vision in life is. To have 100,000 million followers is not one of my goals. In fact, I've never set it as a goal that by so time I want to be 20,000 plus on Instagram. If I like, I have one audience. As long as I'm helping one person at a time, that it for me is a goal, right? So I'm not distracted by the noises around me. I'm not distracted by all the things that every other person will be saying, right? So it helps me to maintain my focus. It helps me to maintain my focus. I don't care what other people are saying. If they say this is the new thing that is raining now, this is a new niche. In coaching, we talk about niching down, niching up, and all of that. If you are niching down and you say you are cashing out exactly is not it's not what I'm going to get rich, but impact for me is a big deal, because I know that at the end of the day is my money. They will not bury me with it. Impact, they will not bury me with it, but at least I know that I will go and there will be many people who will say that they are able to live a fulfilling life and achieve their goals in their lifetime because somebody was there to guide them, right? And that for me is a goal. Right. So if you know what you want to do, the other people's announcement of success will not be a distraction for you. You are able to eliminate all of those distractions. right? And another thing that clarity of purpose will do for you is that it will help you to be a proactive person, because it will not just be that life will be throwing you lemon or lemonade. You'll be deciding what you want to do part time, even if things are happening around you, because you have a goal, you have a plan. You are able to stay focused and say, okay, what next should we do? What are we supposed to? That's why I like that um flourishing in adversity session that Coach Patricia said. You are able to say, this is what I'm going to be doing now, and this is what is happening around me. How can I, channel this energy? How can I get over this? How can I do that? So you are able to focus, and you are able to take action from the place of proactivity and not reactivity. You're not going to be reacting to life and all that comes with it. You are not leaving things to chance and luck. That's what clarity will do for you. You are not leaving to chance and luck. And then another thing is that it helps you to avoid unhealthy comparison and competition. It helps you to overcome, the feelings of comparing yourself with other people, comparing yourself with the achievement that other people have achieved in the past. So you are able to just take, fit close and in contact with reality and what you want to achieve. For example, when I finished my school of nursing in Nigeria, I was, everybody was going, I'm going to do degree, I'm going to university, I'm going to do that, I'm going to get married. Because me, when I said, okay, maybe I should try all the things that every other person started doing, I wasted a lot of money, because I was busy thinking I'm lacking behind. Other people have gone ahead of me. When you now have clear purpose, you will not feel like you are behind in life, because you know where you are going. Even if you are not, your goal is a long term one, and it's not going to show immediately that you are doing things, you will not feel like you are back, you are behind, and you will not be pressured into making decisions that will not benefit you in the long run. And another thing is that it would help you to save your resources. You'll be able to save your time, you'll be able to save your money, you'll be able to save your energy. In fact, when you are distracted, when you are into unhealthy unhealthy competition on Instagram, you will sorry, I'm distracted. When you are seeing all the noises and all the achievement things, somebody bought a car, somebody bought a land, but that is not land that is your problem now. You know that sending your children to school is the goal now, or going for a certification is what will contribute to your overall goal, because you know the goal now. Going to do things that will not benefit you, using your money to go and be buying things to impress other people, to show that you are also not behind. You are going to buy a car when you're supposed to use the money to go to school. But because people perish when there is no lack of knowledge, when you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, you don't know, you will waste your money, you will waste your time, you will waste your energy, everything that you have. Okay, so that is one of the importance of having clarity and going after the life that you truly want. So you might be asking also, all of this clarity, how do I gain clarity? How exactly do you think I can gain clarity? Right, so it is simple, very very simple. In solitude, the life around us is extremely busy. The life around us is chaotic. People, always making noise. People making noise here and there, on Instagram, on all the social medias. If you log in now, you will see so many things. You are thinking about one thing, but before you could even land, another thing will come upon you, and you are not able to think. So for you to be able to gain clarity, it comes in solitude. And by solitude, I'm not asking you to go into solitude for 2 years or 2 months. I mean, just a moment of quietness in your excuse me, just a moment of quietness in your quiet room, in your quiet time, free from distraction. Put your phone away. Just envision your life. What do you want to do? Exactly. Thank you so much. Clarity comes in solitude, and precisely information overloads affect clarity. Exactly. We have so much too much access to information these days. It can be really overwhelming. So if you know that this is what you want to do, you go to your solitude and leave your phone away, away from distraction, and start envisioning your life. Start thinking about 10 years. In fact, start thinking about tomorrow. If I die tomorrow, what exactly will I be happy that I got done? What would you be happy that you got done in your lifetime? I mean, people are dying in 30, in 20, in 40, 50 years now. See, it is not God. Nobody is sure. I mean, we prayed, we tell God. Have we not? People pray too, So life is all about knowing that you are not in control of life and death. God is in control of life and death. And when people finish, when their time is up, they go, right? So when your time is up, whether in 10 years or in 20 years or in 30 years, right? What would you be happy that you got done? Your pen to paper and write it down. You cannot say you have truly mastered your life vision without putting it pen on paper. It's not. I don't know how you want to do it. In fact, in the Bible, it says that the vision is for an appointed time. And write the vision down so that somebody that wants to run in the future will run with it. Write it down, write the vision down, write the purpose down as it is coming, as you are envisioning it. Write it down. You can't truly envision your life without putting pen to paper. In fact, you have to write it down. Write it down and let it be your mantra. Let it be your guide. Let it be your compass. Okay? Now, if you will now think, maybe some people will say, I've been thinking, but it's not happening. Good. There are other methods that you can use to, apart from envisioning. Think shape. Think about your shape. Think about, and shape for me is your skill. I'm sorry, I couldn't finish up with this with this slide. So this is all I have for the slide. So this is where you need your pen and paper, because obviously you won't be able to screenshot anything, the shape I'm going to say. Right. So your skills, think about it. What skills do I have now that I can use to impact the life of other people and make money and leave a legacy? Think about the skill. Again, think about the heart, your heart. What is your heart always gravitating towards? What are you always passionate about? Now, as I'm talking about it, I am so passionate about seeing other people flourish, gain clarity, be focused, be accountable, live a purposeful life, and let your at the end of your day, you are fulfilled. You feel like, wow, I've done something worthwhile with my life. And at this point, if God should take me, I'm happy, I'm all right, and I know that I have pleased my creator and I haven't wasted my life. Right? So what is that thing that your life, your heart is passionate about? So for example, you think, oh, I may well, I am very good with speaking. It's a skill that I have good communication skill. Now, communication, what is the thing passionate that you're passionate about? Oh, I don't like it when they abuse women, so I'm passionate about them liberating women, right? I can start talking about communicating, on behalf of women, talking for them, create an NGO, start talking about things that are meaningful, that can help people, things that you are passionate about, right? Another thing is that think about your abilities, right? What are those things that come to you naturally? that even if they wake you up from your sleep and they say, come and help us do this. If I'm sleeping now and they wake me up on the bed and say somebody is vomiting downstairs or somebody is has just fainted downstairs, I will run the way I'm going to run and start putting things together and start doing all these things, because I don't want somebody to die. I like caring for people. Oh, you are vomiting, I start packing your vomits, I start packing your sheets, I start packing all the things that make you feel comfortable. I like, seeing people being well and healthy. So I would do that, provided that I'm not also sick, because if I'm sick, obviously I can't pour from um empty cup. So if I'm also sick now, I can't help. So, but if I'm okay, I go ahead and do the things because it's natural to me. Even when I was a kid, I could take care of people like that. So think about the things that come naturally to you, and you can ask other people. If you don't know, some people in your life, they have been watching you. They know the things you are good at. They know the things that you can do. That they know that if they want to achieve something in that area, it's you that they will call upon. Ask them and note it down. Another thing is that I don't know if I've spoken for too long. Another thing is your personality. Now, people think I'm a talkative. I'm an introvert. I'm an extrovert. What kind of personality do you have? How can you use that personality to benefit humanity, to make impact and make money? In accordance with your skills, your passion. By the time you start listing passion, if you list your abilities, if you list your skills, if you list your personality, you begin to see that everything will be joining together. You begin to see that because all of the things you have, your skills, if whether you went to school to acquire it or it just happened to stumble on you or you stumble on it, it is not by accident, right? And that leads me to the next one, which is the experience. Your experience in life, they are not just for fun. They didn't just happen to you because pandemic. Pandemic has happened to all of us, right? But the experiences we have in pandemic is completely different. We might think, oh, the whole world is now, no, the whole world, individuals are experiencing different things in this pandemic. So how are your experiences? How are they relevant to your purpose and your vision? Begin to think about it. Like when Coach Patricia was talking a while back, she mentioned that flourishing in adversity, focusing on how you can bounce back and how you can blossom again, despite the winds that are blowing to you. That is where your experiences come to play. You need to start aligning things. So I have this skill. So I have this habit that comes naturally to me. So I have these abilities. So this is my personality. And I have gone through this experience. How can you harness all of it together and make a meaningful contribution to the world? Because the truth is that your life is a gift from God to you. I'm not talking about people that evolved from apes. I'm talking about people that God created. Your life is a gift from God. And if you are going to make the best out of it, you have to give back to humanity. And in giving back, in impact, you will be making a living. Gone are the days where you can just be doing even charity now, NGO. When I was in Nigeria, my colleagues that are working as nurses for NGO, they are making more money than people that are staying in hospital doing government job. So gone are the days where you will say I'm volunteering and nothing is being given for you. You have so many things to gain from making impact in this world. So by the time you give back to the world, your gift, your best, your skills, your habits, your ability, your person, you give your person to the world, you give your experiences to the world, and you help people to bounce back from their experiences, from their bad experiences, so to say, and you know they'll begin to pay you for it. I collect money now. I've gained clarity about my purpose. I know what I want to do with my life. I know what I'm doing in my career, in my family, and all of that. And I'm able to live that life. And I'm collecting money to coach other people. In fact, I collect money to, keep people accountable. I don't just say I'm keeping you accountable and you are, because I know that if you put a value on it, you'll be more serious with it. So I'm making my money. I'm making impact. I'm making money. People will still come and thank me and say, thank you so much for this and that, because if not for you, I would have done that and all of that. So um I'm getting all the things that I desire to have in that regard. And I hope that you have been able to gain one or two things from what I have said, and I hope that I haven't exceeded my time, because I just kept on talking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Um, so on this note, I offer, so if you have, I forgot to mention, if you have done all of this and it still seems clumsy and unclear to you, you can always seek advice. In fact, you can ask people around you, you can ask your friends, you can ask coaches and mentors, which I'm one of them. This is my specialty and I can do it from my sleep. So if you still feel like you need someone to guide you to gain clarity with your goals, with your vision, with purpose, feel free to slide into my DM, or you can click the link in my bio. My name is Adenike Olakunle on Instagram, at the Sentinels, and we can take it from there. So I hope you have been having a good time. I hope I have not bore you. And yes, thank you, Coach Bash.
Fantastic, fantabulous. Thank you so much, Adenike. That was apt, like straight to the point, and I just like the way they just kept it short, hitting the nail on the head. Thank you so much. Thank you, regardless that you're not feeling too well yourself, and you had to come to do this. You didn't have to come, seriously, but you made the decision to show up for us and show up in a big way. We appreciate it. We love you, and we are so grateful. Guys, if you have any question for Adenike, you might want to put that up right now. You might want to send it in right now before we bring on Wina Buluashife right now. After, thankfully, her network is stable right now and she's able to get a hang of all the technicalities. So, guys, you have questions, send in your questions. Bilkis, Rahima, Kenneth, all the amazing people joining us. And if you're just joining us, we'd love to know where you are joining us from. We have people here who are joining us from the UK, we have people from Canada, we have people from JBox, South Africa. We're so excited. We have a host of other people from Nigeria, Abuja, and so many other states. Thank you all so much for joining. If this conference has been valuable to you so far, and you've been getting a lot of value, please and please kindly share with us how this has impacted you, and again share the information about this conference with the people you care about. We have our next session coming up on personal branding, and then tomorrow we have another stretch, of value packed loaded sessions as well, and we cannot wait to have you again tomorrow, God willing. So thank you so much, Descent Noise. I think there are no questions for you right now. Okay, guys,
Okay.
if you can see the screen, you see when you click that link that I shared, Instagram _/ Descent Noise, you're able to access Coach Adenike's page. You can follow her on Instagram, screenshot this or screen match the screen right now and tag us on your Instagram stories and share with us how this was for you, or go to our comments and tell us about it. We are going to see you in a bit as I bring on board um, uh, um, Raji Muina. Awesome, 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 awesome. If you're just joining us, we'd appreciate that you tell us where you are joining us from. Awesome, fantastic. Welcome back. Welcome back, Bodua
Thank
Shefera
you. Thank
Jimuina.
you.
Okay, so
I'm so sorry.
we're just going to let Rajimina do our thing. We introduced her earlier. She's a personal branding expert and she's passionate about helping more people to make money with the knowledge that they already have. So, Mina, I'm just going to go behind and just allow you to do your thing.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Honestly, I need to apologize. My network, disappointed me, but I'll just accept it as if that is how God wants it. All right. So our time has gone. I'll just dive into the main thing. I hope you can all see my screen. Good evening once again from Nigeria. I'm Bodua Shefera Jimuina. And like she has said before, in case you are just joining, let me introduce myself again. I'm a personal branding expert and a result coach. I use my brand to, okay, my slides are here. I don't even need to say anything off it. All right. So, and on this, my own topic for today is becoming an authority in your niche to your personal brand. Like I said, I'm a personal branding expert, and I believe I will be able to do justice to this topic. But once again, I would like to say a big thank you to the Repossess team, especially Coach Beshi you know on our efforts for putting all this together, and every other member of the team that are making sure this is coming to pass, like this is happening. All right, for you joy that are watching me today too, I would like to say thank you to you all. So I've introduced myself before I had issue with my network. So I'll just move into the topic. All right, becoming an authority in your niche. Yeah, I'm here to teach. It's not only about it. Also, I'll be teaching with my slide, and be guiding you on some things. All right. I hope my screen can be seen. But actually, let me know since I cannot read the comments. Okay. All right. So I hope my screen can be seen. Please let me know that. All right. Have I shared the screen? Hello. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. You can see my screen. Thank you. All right. What is going on here? I don't know. Huh? So I think I'll need to reshare the screen again. It's like it's not reflecting here. I'll need to share it again. Let me do that again. All right. All right. Okay. So now these are the key points we are going to cover on this session. Here, I will be explaining to you what we mean by branding, that is, what is personal branding. We're also going to be talking about the meaning of personal branding, what we mean by branding, then the meaning of niche in personal branding, then element of personal branding, then the last one, which is tips of building your personal brand and becoming an authority in your niche. All these are what I'm going to cover with you in this session. All right, now meet your speaker, who is Coach Bolu. So, that's Bolu Ashifa Muinat, and my students call me Coach Bolu. I'm a personal branding expert and a results coach, an NLP practitioner, a speaker, writer, educator, and entrepreneur. And over the years, I have used my brand to help smart and passionate small business owners and professionals to launch a global personal brand and create digital products which generate income to them so that they can create wealth, impact, influence, and leverage on social media. So now let's move into the main topic, which is What is branding? Branding is the process of giving a meaning to a specific, to specific organization, company, products, or services by creating and shaping a brand in consumers' mind. What do I mean by this? When you say branding, it is just the simple meaning of branding is just perception. It's a kind of it's a kind of way whereby you position yourself to be it yourself, your business, your company, or even your products to people, to your consumers, to your audience, so as to make the product to be perceived in a certain manner. All right. So many people, when they hear about branding, they only relate it to products, and that's why we have this definition here. People only relate it to products, so it's not only about products; it is also about yourself. So, as an online business owner, you probably know the importance of branding. Yes, you probably know the importance of branding. All know that you need to show out your product. You need to show people your service before you can, before you can gain a certain perception for your, before you can gain other people's perception about your product. But branding is one of the most powerful tools as a business owner. So you want to use it to you want to use it effectively. In order to get the most out of branding, you will want to focus on building your personal brand and as well as your business brand. What do I mean by this? As the online business owner, I remember I teach people on how to build their business online, how to position themselves online. So if you are an online business owner like me, you should know that building your brand, it's the most powerful tool you need. It's the most powerful tool you need, irrespective of the circumstance, especially when it comes to online, irrespective of the business you are doing. So you need to tell us, what this is. Just just yesterday, I buy a particular product of soap. I normally produce my soap myself. My skincare soap. I normally produce it myself, but just recently I'm short of time. I've been a kind of very busy and I couldn't produce again. So I had to buy a particular brand of soap. So when I was using it, in fact, when I saw the soap, the last time I can say I used it was when I was in secondary school, about let me say about maybe 15, 20 years ago. That was the last time I can say I used it. And that particular soap happened to be a it happened to be my dad's favorite brand of soap. So when I started using that product, I just used it yesterday. Using it, that it's scent, it's everything brings in a kind of memory about about the soap. The fragrance in it, the everything, the foaming, the leather, and everything. It brings in a kind of memory into me. So as a brand now, your product or service supposed to bring a kind of memory about in your audience. It's supposed to bring a kind of memory into your audience. When they remember your product, something must come into their mind. Now, like I said, branding is not only about products. It can also be linked to individual. That is why we call it personal branding, individual branding. I want to know if you can hear me right. Please, I hope I'm not talking to myself. So now personal branding, like the individual branding. So it's not only about product or service, it also has to be you. And that's why we are here. What is personal branding? So personal branding is it's just your personal brand defines who you are to your audience. When I say your audience now, I'm also referring to the people that are interested in listening to you, the people that can buy your product, the people that can pay for your services. So audience means those that loves you, those that when you are talking to them, they already know they are the one you are talking to. All right. So your personal brand defines the exact person that you are. Personal brand, your personality. It involves your personality. It also involves your interest, and your goals are all represented by your personal brand. Your personality, your interest, your goals are all what represented by your personal brand. When we talk about personal brand, even if I open my shop and I'm selling something, Your personal brand will definitely reflect in the way you relate with people. If I come to your shop and I say, okay, I want to buy a bottle of water, right? And you talk to me and be like, I say, good morning. You look at me and be like, who is this? Okay, good morning. With the reaction, your body language, your everything has no, we speaks a whole lot of things to me. And if you look at me in a kind of way, if you are not patient or if I am not patient enough, I will not even bother buying from you. I may even decide to tell you, be like, oh, don't worry. Probably with the way you react, with the way you respond to me, with the way you know, your body language and everything has shown that you don't want me in your shop. And the next thing I will do is that to leave your shop. Or if I decide to buy from you, definitely I will have to. I may not even come back. But in another scenario whereby, I come to your shop, I say good morning, can you give me a bottle of water? And you respond with a kind of with smile and everything. Definitely, your personality has reflect in in our transaction. I'm talking about physical shop now. Now let's talk about the online space there. So you can, the way you do, the way you relate, the way you do everything will reflect, your personality will reflect directly or indirectly online. Because in fact, for someone like me, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a specialist in that area, I cannot go through your timeline for 15 minutes before I will know the kind of person you are. We human beings, we have this ability to assume, to imagine, to in fact we judge. So now when you are building your personal brand, you need to be very conscious. So your personal brand involves your personality, your area of interest, your goals, and everything that they are the things that represent your brand. So as a matter of fact, you already have a brand. Every individual on earth have a brand. So far you were given birth to and you were given a name. So far you were given birth to and you were given a name, you are already a brand. So whether you are actively working on it or you are developing it or whatever you are doing, you are already a brand. So whether you are actively work to develop it or you just leave it somewhere, you're already the brand. But the funny part is that if you don't build your brand, people will help you build it because as they are seeing you, they are already perceiving something about you. So now, what is the main definition of it? According to Wikipedia, Wikipedia defines personal branding as the conscious and intentional effort to create and influence public perception of individuals by positioning themselves as what? Authority in their industry, elevating their credibility and differentiating themselves from the competition to ultimately advance their career, increase their circle of influence, and have a larger impact. Before I intended to tell you a story about myself, but as time is going now, I don't have more time because of the thing network did to me, in fact. But I can still say something about myself a little. So, what I mean by consciously and intentionally, creating influence, I mean, you know, creating a kind of public perception about yourself. This directly has helped me. It has directly helped my entire life. It has already helped me, you know, in the way I live, in the way people see me. Why do I say this? Over the years, all of a sudden, I found myself becoming a single mom. You know, oh, someone is knocking at my door. But sorry, I was a little bit distracted there. All right. So I found myself to become a single mom, and the whole thing I had to start my life all over again. No physical business, no job, nothing, nothing. And the whole thing became a kind of me and me alone, and I had to start all over again. But as I was starting, thank God, you know, online stuff show face to me, and I started building my brand. So since all this year that I've been building my brand, I have built a kind of influence. You know, I've built a kind of authority. Imagine me standing in front of you talking here. Almost, I don't think I know all the people in this conference from anywhere, but from social media. We all met on social media. They listen to me. They feel like they like what I've been doing, and I got myself invited on this platform. So now I have become an authority in this field. I've get influence in this field, and I've been a kind of, I've elevated a kind of credibility. All right. It's my kid outside there. Please, 1 minute, please. Let me open door for them. If not, they will not allow me to do anything here. 1 minute, please. Can you hear me now? I hope you can. Okay, good. I'm sorry, I didn't know I would muted myself. So let me share my screen again. All right. Still on personal branding. Since I didn't know if you hear me the last time, but let me just. I was talking about personal branding as the conscious and intentional effort to create and influence public perception of yourself by positioning yourself as an authority in your industry. So I've explained this. I hope you heard me when I was doing this. So it is the process of personal branding involves finding your uniqueness, building a reputation on the things you want to be known for, and then allowing yourself to be known for them. So when you are building your personal brand, you need to look at the things that is unique about you. What are those things that you can do that I don't know how to do? What are those things that you have that are not present in me? You need to look at yourself critically and you start what building reputation on those things. So don't think maybe a particular thing is common, a particular knowledge is common, that you are not the only one that knows it. Even if we have hundreds of people that knows about this thing, the way you will deliver it, the way you will talk about it, the way you will do your own will definitely be different. So those things are unique to you. Now look at your strengths. What are the things that are unique to you? So these are things you can use to build your brand. So ultimately, the goal is to create something that conveys a message, that you speak a message, okay? That something that will pass a message, and at the same time that you can monetize. All right. Now let's look at the meaning of niche in personal branding. You know, just like the topic, how you can use your personal brand to build your niche, or what is the topic, becoming an authority using your personal brand. So now you need to understand the meaning of niche here. What is niche in personal branding? So it is a common saying that people used to say when so I mean people used to tell you, I believe it will not be the first time you hear this thing. When somebody will just come to you and say, find your niche down, create your niche, find something, it's like a kind of common word. And people used to wonder, what do they mean by this? So, what they actually mean is that you should find a very specific activity or position that sets you apart, in which you can find success or fulfillment. What do I mean by success here or fulfillment here? Also, lead to money, right? The fact that you want to find fulfillment does not make you not want to make money. Though success means different things to different people. So if your own is to give it out for free, you are still on the right path. It's still fine. And if it's for you to monetize, so what I'm actually trying to talk about is that you need to find a specific area, a specific thing that you know how to do well, and the activity will position you well as an expert, and you will check yourself and be like, if I do this thing, I will feel fulfilled, and if I can do this thing well, I will feel successful. All right. So that is the meaning of niche. Now niching is a way of offering solution to a specific people. when you niche when you niche down, that means you have created a particular solution to a particular set of people. Now, for example, Coach Bashir is a writer, and she's a writer. She's into mental health stuff. Now, who are the people she help? She help people that have things in their mind that they want to pass. They have message in their mind that they want to pass to people using written method. For my own now, I help business owners and professionals to position I teach them on how to position themselves. All right. Now, who are the people I help? Professionals and business owners. Coach Beshi, who are the people she helps? She helps, people that want to write, right? So now she has been able to niche down. Okay, on my own side now, I've been able to niche down. I don't just help everybody around there. I don't just help every individual. I help the likes of people I help. Now, who are they? Professionals and business owners, because I believe that they are the two category of people need need to position themselves for their career, for their businesses, and every other thing. So now, to you now, ask yourself, who are the people that you want to help? You have a solution. Who are the people that are in need of that solution that you have? So that is a way to niche them. Now, the next thing we are going to be looking at is the element of personal branding. I hope I'm not too fast. The network issue has destabilized me, so I'm just trying to rush and meet up with my time. So the elements of personal branding, we have two elements of personal branding. We have two elements of personal branding, and they are the tangible and the intangible one. So what do we mean by the tangible one? The tangible elements are When we say the tangible elements, we are talking about the things that are visible about you. Remember, it's still about you. Personal branding is about you. So now, here we are talking about the things that are visible, the things that we can see about you. So, example of this now, we are talking about your picture, we are talking about your brand logo, we are talking about your bio. Your bio is there on your social media platform, be it Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, or whatever. It is that place where people come. You know, if I log into your account now and I go there, the first thing I will first see is your bio. Going to your bio, I would like to see something that will attract me to click on that friend request. I would like to see something that will attract me enough to click on follow. I will attract, it will attract me enough to think of wanting to do business with you, right? So your bio is just like an elevator pitch whereby you use just few seconds to convince your audience to be glued to you, to convince your audience to know that you are an authority in that niche. So your bio is very important. And same as your picture. We don't expect you in 2022 to have a picture that is showing your breast. We are not expecting you to be, maybe as a man, you off your shirt, you off everything, and you now put one chain like that of a dog. We are not expecting, no, we will not take you serious. So we expect you as a business owner to look so decent in such a way that it will promote a kind of trust even without seeing you. It will make us feel like sending you our money even without having met you before or something. So the same thing with your brand color. Brand color creates a kind of uniqueness. If I see your color somewhere, I should be able to link it to, oh, this is Bolu. If I see your content somewhere, I should be able to see that, feel it that it looks like that of Bolu. Now, if you see Coca-Cola as a brand, if you see their logo, the way that it is written, if that Coca-Cola is not well spelled, if the C is still C and they put AA there, I believe that before you read it twice, the first thing that will first come to your mind is the word Coca-Cola. Just because the person uses maybe the brand color and the same font as that of Coca-Cola. So brand color is very important, and the same thing as logo. And the same thing with your cover photo. The cover photo here is also very important because it is that image that shows everything about you. Note that everything I will be talking about here is about social media, right? It's about how you can build your brand on social media, because all of us here, even this platform we are using is a kind of social media platform. So all of us here, I want to believe we are into one online business or the other. So if I'm talking about online or social media, you should be able to get me right. So now, your content too is also it's also a tangible element. Your content speaks a lot about you. What do you want to be putting out there? What do you want to be talking about? you know it is with your content that you are going to describe what you are, who you are, what you stand for, how you can help, the kind of people you help. And here your content can come in form of videos, it could be in form of write-up, it could be in form of audio. So whatever, even graphics, your normal graphic design, whatever it is, you know it is that content. It is just as if you are using your mouth to do yourself. Like, it is with your mouth you describe everything about what you stand for. So your content needs to be top notch. It needs to be, it needs to take it very important. Like I always say this, that content is the backbone of personal branding, because we all want to see you talking. We want to see your write up. We want to see your audio. So without doing this, in fact, we would think you are not existing online. So content is very important. Now, let's look at the intangible elements. The intangible elements are those things that are not visible about you. Example is your personality. When I talk about personality that time, I linked the scenario to a situation whereby somebody have a shop and she's selling something, and maybe you now walk into someone's shop and you request for a particular product. Remember, the tangible elements will work for the person, because those are the things that will attract you in the first place to even enter the person's shop. Now, what will make us stay? What will make us buy? Those things that will make us buy is your personality. Your personality is very important. If I come to your shop and you do like this to me and you do eyes for me somehow, I will not come back tomorrow. I may even decide to hold my money, whereas you are not feeding me. Even if you sell water, you know water is life, that everybody can drink water, and you didn't treat me right, nobody will stay. So your personality will definitely reflect in the way you build your brand, even offline. All right. So your character too is important. That's why we say they are intangible, but they are very very important. All the intangible ones are the only things that our eyes can see. But no, this one we will feel it, we will see it, we will relate with it. All right. Your character is very important as well. And another thing that is very important in your intangible element is your unique selling point. Unique selling point is that thing that you have that your competitors does not have. Now, as I am now, I'm a trained teacher, right? I'm a trained teacher by profession. Like I went to school to learn how to teach. Okay. Now, if you have like 50 teachers in the room, I have my own unique selling points in their midst. Even if we study the same thing, if we apply to teach the same thing, there is something that is different in me that they may not have. Every teacher can go to a board and teach, but it's not every teacher that can speak, like speaking in public, right? So that on my own side now, I can start to use that as a unique selling point, because you know I can sell that alone. Like school, calm down. I will come up out in the crowd and talk about your school. I'll come out of the crowd and speak about your school. I can represent you everywhere. I can do everything. So that those are unique selling points. Your own unique selling point can even be your smile, like the way you smile to people, the way you relate to people, the way you talk, maybe the way you talk louder. So you look at yourself. It could be the tone of your writing. It could be your way of speaking, as in your intonation, your everything. It could be anything. So look at that thing inside you. Look at it. What are the things that you feel like people love about you? It's a unique selling point on its own. So again, your personality, your character, and your unique selling point, they are the intangible elements that are very important for you when you are building your personal brand. Now, let's look at the tips of building personal brands and become an authority in your niche. The tips you can follow to build your personal brand so as to become an authority in your niche. Now, number one of it is that you need to be careful while selecting your profile pictures. As you are building your brand online, carefully select your profile pictures. No matter who you are or what kind of business you own, your audience must see you as a professional. Your audience must see you as a professional. You cannot tell us you are a teenage coach, or you are a mental health coach, or you help people structure their business or whatever, and you now go to put on your profile picture maybe an image of a lion. Somebody like me, if I see such a thing, I will run away. If you send me a friend request, I will decline. If you call me, I may not speak, because I'm already seeing you as if you don't look like what you call yourself. You don't look like what you call yourself. You don't say you are doing business, and the only thing we'll be seeing on your profile pic, if prostitute is even a career or something people can be proud of, we are not ready to relate with you in that manner. If you dress like a thug, like an agbero, and you say, you want to teach us about mental health, the first thing we will look at is that, are you healthy yourself? Mentally, are you okay? So there are some kind of dresses that suit that should suit the kind of your expertise, the kind of area that you call yourself an expert on. So you need to be a kind of professional. As a business owner, you are seen as a leading authority in your niche. You just believe that automatically, and you must represent as such. You must show yourself as such. So a guide to this is that, if you are a business owner online, or even you render service or whatever you are doing, go to a studio and take a headshot of yourself whereby you face the camera. Allow us to see you. And another thing is that while doing this, you need to smile. You need to put on a kind of smile, not a kind of face that will chase us away or that will make us feel as if you are not approachable. or you may not be too good to do business with, you know that your profile, I mean, your picture is not the one that will talk to us. I mean, it is not your picture that will tell you about that will use its mouth to talk. It's an image that we just sense it, we just assume it due to the way probably you position yourself or due to the way you appear on your picture. So your profile picture needs to be carefully selected. Then the next thing is that you need to be authentic while building an if you want to build an authority in your niche. You need to be very authentic because it is very difficult to find. You will agree with me that it is not a common thing. It's not everyone that the whole place is flooded with different kinds of people. So the internet is full of fakes who will do whatever they can do to make a sale. So you need to be authentic. Being authentic will help you to stand out. It will just be a kind of removing you alone out of the crowd. It will make you to stand out. It will be even your story that people will connect with. And if you have the same people, a lot of people selling the same product you are selling, it is that your story that will be linking to your product. All right. So, but one thing is that it will also make you to be more attractive to your audience. Be authentic in everything you are doing, in your photos, in your content, in your bio, in the way you even relate. You need to be authentic. You don't say what you are not. You don't call yourself what you are not. You need to say it as it is. You don't need to tell lie before you make us buy from you. So, as you are building your authority in your niche, number three thing you need to do is to share content consistently. Online, you cannot afford to go and keep yourself somewhere. At least once in a day. In fact, if you are the type that is very busy, you cannot create, at least create content like 3 times in a week. Content I used to say it's the backbone of branding. Content is the backbone of brand. You cannot do without content. You need to be, it's your content that you'll be using to show off. So you cannot become an authority in your niche if you are not creating content consistently for your brand. So you need to keep feeding the eyes of your audience and prove to them that you are an expert in your niche. I said it that it is with your mouth you will describe yourself. It is with your mouth you will do yourself. You will say whatever it is you want to be known for. So you need to keep on feeding your audience with values, with about yourself, about your products, everything. So you need to be writing content. Your content is very important. So as you're writing your content, you shouldn't be abusive. You shouldn't be a kind of person that is aggressive or something that people will find it difficult to even relate with. Oh, my time is off. Hello. Okay. Possibly my time is about to. So I'm about to round up. All right. So number five is that as you are building your brand, you need to be telling your story. Okay, I'm rounding up. You need to tell your story. How did you make it where you are? Tell us your story. We want to know. We want to have a clue about who you are, what to do, and everything. So number six, you need to be deliberate in establishing your personality. You have to be authentic with your audience, but you are also trying to make money for yourself. So when your audience hear your name, there should be one or two adjectives that will come to their mind. Adjective like you are educated, you are professional, you are friendly, you are excellent, all those things. They are things that should be related to you as a brand. So you need to be deliberate in your story. So that is the end of this. Thank you so much for joining me, and I really appreciate. I'm super excited to be here. Like I said before, if you have any question, you can ask your questions here. And if you need to reach me, you can reach me on my website www.rajvoluashifed.com or my email rajvoluashifed.com or admin@rajvoluashifed.com or rajvoluashifed@gmail.com. And here is my phone number. You can screenshot that. And please, if you have any question, kindly ask me now and let me answer the question. So I will stop sharing now. Kobeshi, am I good to go?
Amazing. Thank you so much, Coach Bodu. Thank you for that share. Thank you for the depth of information. Thank you so much. We feel honored to have you in our midst and share with us today. God bless you. Okay, guys, so Coach Bolu has series of coaching programs where she's helping brands to actually position themselves, especially if you're a personal brand or you're trying to do better with your company or business brand. And if that's the case, you might want to check rajiboluwasefe.com, or of course, she shared her number, or check her up on Instagram at rajiboluwasefe so that you can reach out to Coach Bolu and see how some of her products and services and programs can benefit you. Thank you so much, Coach Bolu. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying through. We have come to the end of day one session. We're going to see you tomorrow, God willing, at 10 a.m. because we have a lineup of amazing speakers who are coming to share their awesomeness with us. On that note, I'd like to say bye bye and see you tomorrow.